All right, welcome back to some of you all. Let me share real quick. Okay, I know most of you are just hopping on, so what you have here is just a pot of water, maybe a couple of cups worth. We're going to start with the gravy first for your Egg Foo Young. I want you all to try this recipe. It's really good. It's super easy. And if you're from St. Louis, I definitely need you to try this because this is going to help you out a whole lot, honey. All right. So while we're waiting for some people to get their notifications, let me make sure I have everything. I got this, and this. Shrimp. Let's get a bowl for our eggs. What was that? Oh, that was my toothpicks. All right, Miss, is it Felicia? Oh, you're welcome, dear. I gotta make it anyway, so I don't mind coming back, especially when I gotta make it for my kids. What am I looking for? Hold on, y'all threw me off for a second. Oh, eggs. All right, Egg Foo Young is one of those things that's so easy to make, but I think that, you know, of course, when we don't know what to do, of course, you don't know, you know, how to make it. So I'm going to show you a simple way to make Egg Foo Young. And I grew up in St. Louis, so some of you all may not be familiar with what Egg Foo Young is, but those who live in the Midwest, I'm sure you heard of it. So either way, when I did live there, we, you know, my aunt and I, we used to ask the restaurants, like, what do you do for your gravy? And they said, well, we can't tell you everything, but the key ingredient is the beef flavor. So once I incorporated that with my gravy, you all, I already knew how to make the patty. So that was it. They gave us the secret. It's really the beef base. And you would think, huh? But really it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by putting some of this into our water. And it's going to dissolve on in. Now you want to taste this before you use it so you'll know exactly how it tastes. But you are going to need that beef flavor for your gravy. Okay, if you wanted to mimic the taste of the gravy. All right. So we got our beef base in there. I'm going to add a little bit of my garlic and onion powder with my adobo. Let me see, where is my, I just use my whisk. And then we're gonna thicken it up with cornstarch. Okay. But first we're gonna let that blend on in. Just like that. Hopefully that's not doing too much to your ears. All right, now I'm gonna take some cornstarch, okay, a couple of tablespoons or so, and we're gonna thicken up this gravy. So let me grab something to stir that in. And I'm gonna show you what I'm using. I got just a little cup here, okay? I'm gonna put a little cornstarch in here. And I just want you to see it step by step, okay? And I'm gonna add a little water to this. Just like that. That's all I'm doing. Add a little water to that cornstarch. Make sure it gets all the way mixed well. I'm gonna turn this down because you see it's getting hot, honey. That beef base is all you need in that that gravy, okay? So let's get it thickened up. Uh-oh. Let me rinse that off because I need this for Now, I may add some of my brown gravy sauce. People ask me about this. This is what I use to darken either my fried rice or my gravies. It does not really have a flavor. That's why I use it. It's by Dynasty. And I have to order it offline. When I lived in St. Louis, I was able to get it from Schnucks or Shop and Save, but I don't live there anymore, so now I have to order it offline, okay? But it helps to thicken up, darken, excuse me, my gravy. Now, you probably can't tell from your angle, but I'm gonna bring you close so you can see this gravy up close, okay? Now, I need my green onion. Where did I put them green onion? I just had them green onion. So you see how we're going? You see where we are? Okay, so we're not all the way there yet, but you can kind of see what direction we're going in. Let me see what I did with my green onion. Give me just a second. Hold on. Did anyone get the name of the pick of the beef base? Oh, this is from Sam's Club. I'm sorry. It's Members Mark. Members Mark. They have a beef and a chicken. I'm going to turn this down. A beef and a chicken. So if you didn't get it, there it is. A beef and a chicken. It's a little high, but I did turn it down. So don't worry about it. Just stir it. But you can kind of see the gravy, as far as the thickness, is perfect. But I need my green onion, and I set it down somewhere. Give me just a second, you all. I'm sorry. Okay, I may not be able to find them right now. Even though they're probably, oh, there they are. Thank you, Lord. I'm about to say now, I went in my other fridge and got the onions, child. All right. Let me cut these open. And this is what I was looking for, the green onion. This is exactly what I was looking for. Okay. We're going to put some of those in there. And then we're going to move on to the egg foo young. I like to put some of that green onion into my gravy. Okay. Now we're going to set this aside and we're going to make the egg foo young patties. Look at your comments in just a minute. Let me put this on low. I'm going to move that over here. And we're going to bring the wok here. But let me bring y'all over here for now, so we can do our eggs. And when you make this, just taste that gravy. Once you make it the way I showed you, just taste it, honey. That's all I want you to do is taste it. You're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see just what I'm talking about. It's going to be so good. All right, so let's grab some eggs out of here. Let me look at your comments. I remember when you made this for your father. Yep, he likes it because we all, you know, grew up in the same spot. Okay, I don't see anything else right now. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack some eggs open into this bowl. And when it comes to the egg foo young, you just want to make enough to where it depends on how many patties you're making. Now, you need about 2 eggs per patty for it to be a nice size patty. So just keep that in mind. Or you can make them smaller. So you'll see what I'm talking about once I start frying them up. It just depends on how big you want them, how thick you want them, or how thin you want them. So I'm going to make a few, and then I'm going to make some fresh when the kids come in. So a couple of them will be fine. And then you can also use these to make the St. Paul. So St. Paul is like a sandwich. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's really just the egg foo young patty. Let me try to get that piece of shell out of there. There we go. All right, let me wash my hands. And you don't really have to season this because, I mean, all your seasoning is going to come from everything else. But it's up to you. I'm going to add some onion into my eggs. And I did chop these fine. And I'm going to add some of my shrimp. And I cut my shrimp up also because they were so big. Okay, so I'm not going to use all my shrimp. And I won't use all my onion. And then, of course, we have our fresh bean sprout. Add a little bit more of that. There we go. Okay, so we're going to mix that up. Let me bring y'all back over here. And let's get our wok so that we can put some oil in there. And I got it on a number 8. Let me grab the oil first because this goes fast. The wok is very, the wok, I don't know, it's something about the heat with the wok. It does not take long, honey. It just jumps right into gear. Let me open up this vegetable oil. I don't know if it matters if you use another oil. I don't think it does, but I like to use vegetable oil. And I deep fry my patties. So I add about that much. And then let me grab my ladle because it's easier when you're just lowering them into the pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of adobo. You don't really need seasoning for your egg mixture, but I'm gonna add a little bit of my adobo and mix that in. And I'll show you in just a minute. And that's really all you have to do. So I'm going to show you how we make the St. Paul. But first we're going to do these patties. And move these eggs out the way. And I need to get my rack. Where's my other foil? Ooh, that's something you cannot run out of is aluminum foil. All right, we're good to go. Let's get our thing here. And you see our gravy has been doing just fine. We're going to have to warm up some of that rice in a minute so y'all can see the full effect of this egg foo young. All right, so I have that oil on a, hold on, I moved it down. Let's go back. It's like on a 7. Move it kind of back up toward the 8. It's just about ready. We got our little basket here. Let me keep it on this side. I could put my black pepper back up, and I could put this back up too. I feel like that about my freezer bag. Oh yes, freezer bags too. Freezer bags too. You said it's your favorite. You got to try this Egg Foo Young. So you see the gravy is doing just fine over here. We got our egg mixture ready to go. So that's all you have to do. So whatever meats, like say you want to do chicken or beef or pork, you just want to make sure that your meat is cooked and cooled, and then you can add it to your egg mixture. It does not matter what meat you use, or you can do complete vegetable, okay? You don't have to do meat at all. You can do just vegetable. I'm gonna heat up that rice so y'all will be able to see that Egg Foo Young. Hey, Katrina. James said, well, all right. Let me get y'all back propped up right. Let's see. It looks like it's slanted, but we about ready to add this egg into this wok. Now, I do recommend using a wok, but you can use what you like for your Egg Foo Young. Once you see it, you'll see how it goes and how it flows, okay? Sharon says she's never eaten Egg Foo Young. I understand. The shrimp are raw. Now, the shrimp are raw because shrimp do not take long to cook. So when you actually ladle that in here, that shrimp is going to cook by the time you take that patty out. Monique said, I love Egg Foo Young. I'm a shrimp Egg Foo Young. It's really good. And where is my spoon for that? I have to get another spoon. But our gravy is doing just fine. This is how you want it. I'm trying to tell you. Now, you can make it thicker if you want to. Let me not say that. You can make it thicker. We can add in a little soy sauce, too. And that's really the icing on the cake with that. Because you don't even need nothing. Once you taste this, you ain't going to need nothing but maybe a little red pepper, honey. Maybe a little red pepper. That's about it. You ain't going to need nothing else for that gravy. I promise you that. All right, we're just about ready for this. Okay, so I'm gonna take this spoon out. We're gonna take our ladle. And you just wanna ladle up some of your egg mixture, okay? And we're just gonna go on one side. And I'm gonna go in right on top of that, okay? Then we're gonna come on this side. And we're going to go right on top of that. Y'all see that? Okay. Where's my little thingy here? I'm going to sit this right on top of the gravy. The gravy's fine, so don't be worried. We got 2 patties here. We're going to let them cook a little bit. Hey, Tasha. You love your STL fry? I know that's right, honey. Now, we already made the gravy. Somebody coming in talking about the gravy. Gotta watch the replay for that. All right. So, you want to let these cook until they're nice and brown. Thank you, Cynthia. Let me take this out, because I'm going to plate this for y'all. And there's that rice. So we just going to set this aside. I'm going to set it on a plate for you. And I'm going to do 2 because I'm going to do the St. Paul, and I'm going to do the other one. Now, you want to wait till now these going to be some big patties, as y'all can see. They're going to be big and thick. But that depends on, remember I ladled it in, so it depends on how thick you want them. That's why they gonna be thick like that. So if you don't want them thick, don't ladle in too like I did. Tanya said, I love Egg Foo Young. Hey, Miss Robles. Okay. So all we're doing, this is one patty here, and that's one patty there, y'all. You see how thick they are? We're going to do one Egg Foo Young and one shrimp St. Paul. So let me go ahead and get some bread ready over here for the St. Paul. Grab you some mayo. Two pieces of white bread. Let's see how our patties are doing. Let's go ahead and flip, flip, flip. They're getting brown, you see them? We're going to get them nice and crispy. Look at those patties. We're going to get them nice and crispy. I'm going to put some mayo on this bread. I'm going to put some pickles on the St. Paul. On that shrimp St. Paul, we're going to put some pickles. So you just want to cook them until they're nice and crispy and brown. Let's put some pickles on there, honey. Okay, now. Let's get ready to flip them patties one more time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at them. Woo! That's some thick patties, child. Now, I like mine more on the crispy side, so you just want to cook yours until they're nice enough for you. But as you see, we got them pickles and that mayo going. They talking to us now. April said, that's how we do it. That's right, honey. Fat Ma, go back and lay down. You supposed to be taking your nap. I got it. Go ahead. I heard you. All right, let me see if I see some comments. Let's see. Spent the Chinese, I believe, cook like that. Yep. Spencer, Leslie said, Spencer, the Chinese, I believe, cook like that. Yep, they deep fry it. But Spencer and Sherry, I've made it before. My husband also made it. No, you don't need all that oil. You can have a little. You can have a little bitty oil if you want to. You can have 2 drops of oil. You can make yours exactly how you want it. I keep telling folks that. That's my motto. Make it how you want it, baby. If you want 2 tablespoons of oil, that's all you need. I use just the hamburger pickles, Barbara. Y'all know how I roll. If you ain't got to use no oil at all, put it in the oven. Maybe it'll cook that way too. But if you go to a restaurant in St. Louis, they gonna deep fry it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They gonna deep fry your Egg Foo Young patty. Okay? They not gonna cook it in a tablespoon of oil. I can tell you that right now. So now they're getting nice and crispy. You want some Egg Foo Young? Okay, well you gotta go sit down until it's done, okay? Yeah, eat. Bella's talking about eat. No, Myra, I'm using vegetable oil. Brenda says she want hers crispy. Bella, go sit down, girl. I wish I could bring y'all up close to see this. Do y'all see these patties? Do you see it? I like mine crispy too. So do you see that? So you just keep cooking them until they're nice and crispy. Bella, hold on, baby, because you interrupted me. Come on. Okay, so something I want to stress to you is that if you don't want your patty thick, then you saw how at the beginning when I ladled 2 scoops of egg, that's why it's so thick. I did 2 scoops of egg. If you do not want it thick, don't do that, okay? They all do, Monique, child. They all do. Just like all the chicken joints. They deep fry your chicken. So you may want it pan fried. You're going to have to make it at home. Because if you're going to any fast food, they are deep frying your food. They don't have time to pan fry. They don't have time. They wouldn't be able to serve but 1 person per hour, child. 2 people per hour. If they would focus on pan frying anything in a scoop of oil. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. We're going to turn that oil off and I'm going to show you something. I ain't going to take them out yet. Let me put my bread up. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some rice and put it on this plate so you all can see both versions of this. And I warmed this rice up. It's just some white jasmine rice. Okay, just jasmine rice. Let's take our patties out. They're nice and crispy. Woo, look at them. I'm going to have to turn them over, honey, just so y'all can see the crispiness. Let's bring y'all up close. Up close and personal. Now you see how easy that was. You watch me do it. Look at that patty. Now you don't have to do the bean sprout, okay? That's up to you. So let's take one and let's go ahead and make a St. Paul. So we'll take this one and we'll do the St. Paul. And you just put it on that bread, honey. I promise you, just trust me. And you eat it just like that. Look at that. So you have your mayo, you have your pickles, honey, and you eat that St. Paul just like that. Now let me put this up in some foil so that one of my children can eat this. Because I don't want it to go to waste. You're supposed to wrap it up in some wax paper or something, but we're going to go ahead and do this right here. Now we're going to let one of those children partake in that. Now, what you do when you have the Egg Foo Young patty, you take your patty. So let's grab it. Oh, it looks so good. It looks delicious. Okay, it's nice and thick. We got our shrimp in there, and see, somebody sees why that your shrimp didn't need to be done. Look how long we had to fry that patty until it got nice and ready. Okay, let me put this down and move this out the way so y'all can see with this gravy, because I want y'all to see this. Now, normally when you buy your Egg Foo Young in St. Louis, they'll put your patty in a little container with the gravy. Oh, it's so good. So unless you ask for it on the side, okay? So let's bring y'all up close. So you grab your gravy. You make this beef gravy, it's gonna change your world. Okay? It's going to change your world. Now you can thicken it up if you want to, but use the cornstarch. Don't use no flour. You're going to mess it up. Use this cornstarch, okay? And thicken it up as much as you want it to be. Oh, my God. Somebody know what I'm talking about without me even saying it. You got to try this. If you've never tried it, you have to try it. Listen to the people in the comments. Don't listen to me. Listen to the people in the comments. And I'm telling you, it's one more dish to add to your collection of things to eat. Let's go ahead and pull out that sandwich. Oh, now that bread nice and warm. Now, y'all, look. So, y'all know the mayo nice and warm. The bread nice and warm. Look at it. Look at that. Somebody look at that St. Paul. Look at that St. Paul, honey. So give it a try, you all. I'm trying to think of what else I need to cook today. So I'm going to go ahead and set this food aside for the kids. That way, when Alana comes in, she loves Egg Foo Young. Layla loves Egg Foo Young. They love the St. Paul's. I'm going to make a few more patties and have this ready when they come in from school today. I have to make some fried rice as well. If you missed the last live, you all, we made breakfast rice. I did a version of breakfast rice with the ground sausage. So if you missed that, you can go back and catch that live. I'm going to have it in the fridge so the kids can have just extra things to eat. So thank you all for hopping on. If you have any questions, just email me, cookingwithaisha@yahoo.com. And you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday. I'll see you all soon.